Beowulf, Part 22. Beowulf spoke, son of Ecgtheow. Sorrow not, wise warrior. It is better for each to avenge his friend than greatly to mourn. Each of us must needs await the end of life in the world. Let him who can achieve fame ere death. That is best for a noble warrior when life is over. Rise up, guardians of the realm. Let us go quickly hence to behold the tracks of Grendel's kinswoman. I promise thee she shall not escape under covering darkness, nor in the earth's embrace, nor in the mountain forest, nor in the water's depths. Go where she will. Have thou, as I expect from thee, patience for all thy woes this day. The aged one leaped up then. Thank God, the mighty Lord, for what the man spoke. Then Hrothgar's horse was bitted, the steed with twisted mane. The wise prince went forth in splendor. The foot troop of shield-bearing warriors stepped forward. The tracks were widely seen along the forest path, the course over the fields. Away over the dark moor she went. She bore the best of thanes, reft of life, who with Hrothgar ruled the land. Then the son of princes strode over the high rocky cliffs, the narrow paths, the straightened tracks, the unknown road, the steep crags, many a monster's abode. He, with a few other wise men, went ahead to spy out the land, until suddenly he found the mountain trees hanging above the gray rock. The water beneath lay blood-stained and troubled. All the Danes, the friends of the Scyldings, were mournful in mood. Many a thane had to suffer. There was sorrow for many of the earls when they found Aesir's head on the cliff by the mere. The flood surged with blood, with hot gore. The people beheld it. At times, the horn sang its eager war song. The troop all sat down. Then they saw along the water many of the dragon kind, strange sea dragons moving over the mere, also monsters lying on the rocky headlands. Then at midday, the dragons and wild beasts often go on a sorrowful journey on the sail road. They fell away bitter and angered. They heard the clang, the war horn sounding. The prince of the Geats with his bow parted one of them from life, from the struggle of the waves, so that the stout war shaft stood in its heart. He was the more sluggish at swimming in the water because death carried him off. Speedily, the wondrous wave-dweller was hard-pressed in the waves with boat spears of deadly barbs, beset by hostile attacks and drawn out on the headland. The men beheld the dread creature. Beowulf clad himself in warrior's armor. He lamented not his life. The war corslet, hand-woven, broad, cunningly adorned, must needs try the water. It knew how to guard his body so that the grip of war might not wound his heart, the malicious clutch of an angry foe his life. And the gleaming helmet, which was to mingle with the depths of the mere, to seek the welter of the waves, decked with treasure, circled with diadems, as the smith of weapons wrought it in days long past, wondrously adorned it, set it round with boar images, guarded his head so that no sword or battle blades could pierce it. That was not the least, then, of mighty helps that Hrothgar's squire lent him in his need. The hilted sword was called Hrunting. It was an excellent old treasure. The brand was iron, marked with poisonous twigs, hardened in the blood of battle. It never failed any men in war who seized it with their hands, who ventured to go on dire journeys to the meeting place of foes. That was not the first time that it was to accomplish a mighty deed. In truth, the son of Ecglaf, mighty in strength, did not remember what erstwhile he spoke when drunken with wine, when he lent the weapon to a better sword warrior. He himself durst not risk his life beneath the tossing of the waves, accomplish heroic deeds. There he forfeited fame, repute for might. Not so was it with the other when he had clad himself for war. Part 23. Beowulf spoke, son of XXIII. Consider now, famous son of Healfdene, wise prince, gold friends of warriors. Now I am ready for the venture, what we spoke of a while since. If I should depart from life in thy cause, that thou shouldst ever be in the place of a father when I am gone. Be thou a guardian to my followers, my comrades, if war takes me. Likewise, dear Hrothgar, do thou send the treasures thou hast given me to Hygelac. The Lord of Geats may perceive by that gold, the son of Hrethel may see when he looks upon that treasure, that I found an excellent good giver of rings, that I took joy while I could. And do thou let Unferth have the ancient blade, the far-famed man have the precious sword with wavy pattern and sharp edge. I shall achieve fame for myself with Hrunting, or death will carry me off. After those words, the prince of the Videgeats hastened exceedingly. He would in no wise wait for an answer. The surge of waters received the war hero. Then there was a spell of time ere he might behold the bottom of the mare. She who had held for 50 years the domain of the floods, eager for battle, grim and greedy, discovered straightway that a man was seeking from above the dwelling of monsters. She reached out against him then, seized the warrior with dread claws. Nevertheless, she injured not the sound body. The ring-mail guarded it round about so that she could not pierce the corselet, the locked mail shirt, with hostile fingers. When she came to the bottom, the sea-wolf bore the prince of rings to her lair so that he could not, yet was he brave, use weapons. And too many monsters set upon him in the water. Many a sea beast rent his war corselet with battle tusk. They pursued the hero. Then the earl noticed he was in some kind of hostile hall, where no water in any way touched him, nor could the sudden clutch of the flood come near him because of the roofed hall. He saw the light of fire, a gleaming radiance shining brightly. Then the valiant one perceived the she-wolf of the depths, the mighty mare-woman. He repaid the mighty rush with the battle sword. The hand drew not back from the stroke, so that the sword, adorned with rings, sang a greedy war chant on her head. Then the stranger found that the sword would not bite or injure life, but the edge failed the prince in his need. It had endured in times past many battles, often had cut through the helmet, the mail of a doomed man. This was the first time for the costly treasure that its repute failed. Once again, the kinsman of Hygelac was resolute, mindful of heroic deeds. No whit lacks in courage. Then the angry warrior cast down the sword with its twisted ornaments, set round with decorations so that it lay on the ground, strong and steel-edged. He trusted in his strength, his mighty hand grip. Thus a man must needs do when he is minded to gain lasting praise in war, nor cares for his life. Then the prince of the war Geats seized Grendel's mother by the hair. She feared not the fight. Then, stern in strife, he swung the monster in his wrath so that she bent to the ground. She quickly gave him requital again with savage grips and grasped out toward him. Weary in mood, then she overthrew the strongest of fighters, the foot warrior, so that he fell down. Then she sat on the visitor in her hall and drew her knife, broad and bright-edged. She was minded to avenge her child, her only son. The woven breast net lay on his shoulder. That guarded his life. It opposed the entrance of point and edge. Then the son of XXIII, the hero of the Geats, would have found death under the wide waters if the war corselet, the stout battle net, had not afforded him help, and if holy God, the wise Lord, had not achieved victory in war. The ruler of the heavens brought about a right issue when once more he stood up with ease. And we'll pause here and continue with this battle in the next video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I love you, as Tigger says. Ta-ta for now.